From the moment we are born, our bodies hold silent codes that few dare to decipher. Much of humanity goes through life disconnected from itself, unaware that within their physical structure lies a hidden mechanism capable of awakening higher levels of consciousness, perception, and vital energy. Among all the body's secrets, there is one in particular, a discreet, silent, yet central bone that is often overlooked by modern science, but deeply revered by the oldest spiritual traditions, the sacrum. This bone, located at the base of the spine, was considered by ancient civilizations as the throne of the soul. From it flows the vital energy that travels the entire spine and reaches the higher centers of the mind and spirit. Yet over time, this knowledge was concealed, distorted, or deliberately hidden, especially by institutions that understood the transformative power of this energetic key. The ancient Egyptians, renowned for their spiritual wisdom and mastery over the soul's journey, treated the sacrum with great reverence. During the mummification rituals, all internal organs were removed, except for the substance associated with this particular bone. For them, the sacrum was not merely a bodily structure, but a sacred energetic channel that had to be preserved intact to ensure the soul's continuity after physical death. Other millennia-old traditions also recognized this center of power. Among the indigenous peoples of the Americas, it was regarded as the bridge between the Great Spirit and the earth. The Hindus linked it to the Kundalini energy, a dormant force coiled within the sacrum that, when awakened, rises like a serpent through the chakras, illuminating consciousness and activating spiritual gifts. Contrary to popular belief, this is not just a mystical or esoteric matter. Science is beginning to confirm what the ancients intuitively knew. The human body is a living technology, and the sacrum is a fundamental piece within this system. This bony structure houses nerve endings deeply connected to the autonomic nervous system, especially the parasympathetic system, responsible for relaxation states, healing, regeneration, and expanded perception. Conscious, circular, and flowing movements performed with focus and deep breathing activate this region and stimulate the release of neurochemicals like serotonin, dopamine, and endorphins. These neurotransmitters, in altered states of consciousness, facilitate experiences such as profound peace, intuitive expansion, spiritual ecstasy, and perception of the energy field surrounding us. In less than 3 minutes of mindful practice, a real change can be felt. Warmth rising through the spine, unexplained chills, internal vibrations, and a sharp sense of presence in the here and now. What seemed like a simple hip movement quickly becomes a dance between body, soul, and universe. For millennia, the peoples of the earth have used the body as a vehicle for spiritual elevation. Sufi dervishes spun ecstatically to awaken the sacred. Australian Aborigines danced to honor the gods of creation. The priestesses of Isis moved their hips in spirals to channel lunar energy and access invisible realms. All these practices shared something in common: the activation of the sacral center as a starting point toward mystical ecstasy. This bodily wisdom was forgotten as the modern world began prioritizing the mind over the body. Spirituality became intellectualized, distancing itself from direct, visceral experience. Enlightenment began to be sought in books, theories, and doctrines, when in reality it has always been embodied in the body, in the bone, in the movement. The path back home begins in the body. It is not necessary to abandon modern life or live secluded in the mountains to access this power. Simply establish a simple and consistent daily practice of reconnection with the sacrum. Begin your day with a 7-minute ritual. Stand with your feet firmly planted on the ground and breathe deeply. Visualize your sacrum as a sphere of golden light pulsing at the base of your spine. Let your hips draw slow circles, then horizontal eights, gentle spirals. Feel each vertebra align, each muscle relax, each part of you reintegrate. You are awakening a force dormant for generations. Your body begins to vibrate at a new frequency. The reality around you changes. You begin to perceive more, feel more, be more. Many who rediscover this practice report transformative experiences, deep insights about life's matters, spontaneous emotional healings, feelings of lightness and connection with something greater. Some develop energetic sensitivity. They start seeing auras, perceiving others' emotions, accessing ancestral memories, or even establishing intuitive communications with their guides. None of this is a miracle in a mystical sense. These are natural human abilities forgotten, blocked by social conditioning, fear, trauma, and disconnection from one's own body. The sacrum, when activated, unlocks these capacities. It is like a universal key to portals of perception that have always been available but sealed from within. For this practice to be safe and effective, it is essential to respect three principles that ancient masters taught. First, energetic grounding. Before seeking the heavens, connect with the earth. Visualize roots extending from your sacrum deep into the center of the planet. Feel yourself anchored. This ensures energetic balance and prevents side effects like dizziness or emotional instability. Next, clear intention. Practice with a higher purpose: healing, clarity, love, expansion of consciousness. The energy of the sacrum responds to intention. Without it, the movement can scatter and lose effectiveness. Lastly, total presence. Be fully here. And now, feel your body. Breathe. Listen to your intuition. The power is in the present moment. Do not practice as an automatic exercise, but as a sacred ritual. We have reached a point in humanity where we can no longer ignore the body as a spiritual tool. The new spirituality is not limited to pretty words, esoteric theories, or mental practices. It manifests in the dance of the hips, conscious breathing, subtle touch, gestures charged with intention. It is alive, embodied, earthly, and celestial at the same time. The sacrum represents that bridge. It unites heaven and earth within you. Remember that your flesh is not an obstacle, but the very path. Now that this knowledge has come to you, a choice must be made. Will you keep seeking answers outside yourself in costly and distant methods? Or will you turn inward and access the ancestral wisdom etched in your bones? The decision is yours, but time is pressing. How long has your soul waited for this reunion? Rise up, breathe deeply, move with intention, awaken your sacrum. This is the beginning of a new version of you, a vibrant, connected, fulfilled version, one that recognizes the body as the living temple of the spirit. You do not need permission. The power is already yours by right. You only have to remember.